Finally, a new Soul Eater. Oh wait, Soul Eater not?
8-bit オタク
So let me start off by saying, nope, there would not be any spoilers. But I just wanted to talk about episode 1, which kind of had a few issues. One of the issues that I had with episode 1 was that the anime had very heavy cameos representing a lot of the old characters. I was kind of nervous at first because I was thinking that, wait, is there a new cast? Are we going to see the new characters ever? But rest assured, yes, they do introduce those new characters. And some people might not be a fan of how the new style makes the old characters look, which might hurt the ratings, which is one of the things that also worried me. Overall, on episode 2, everything gets smoothened out because during episode 2 you get to learn about the new characters. And not only do you get to learn about the new characters, but you get to meet even newer characters. And you learn about all the personalities during this episode, which is why episode 2 really should have been the first episode of Soul Eater. Personally, that's what I think. Although a lot of fans will be disappointed that, it's not the original Soul Eater, so don't expect the cool fighting scenes and don't expect, the same style of comedy. Some people may be disappointed because Soul Eater not isn't the original Soul Eater at any point. It seems like Soul Eater not, it won't be taking the same fighting kind of action that we saw in the original Soul Eater, and Soul Eater not is also not going to have the same style of comedy. Soul Eater not seems to be taking the approach of Haganai, Yuta Yuri, and animes like Yuyushiki as well. So their comedy is a bit more on the ecchi, girly side, if you know what I'm saying. So one of the things that kind of worried me about the anime was that people were going to expect that this was going to be a lot like the original Soul Eater, and they were going to have very high expectations for it, and it was going to hurt the ratings. Thus far, the ratings have been pretty good. It's around, for most of the sites that I've seen, it seems to be getting a 4 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5. So that's decent for starting off anime. However, the expectations on this anime were very high, so this can kind of be a little hump, you might say. Overall, I think that if they keep taking the same approach that they took on episode 2, the anime might actually play out fairly nice and be a very different side we don't get to see of Soul Eater. One of the other things I like about Soul Eater not is that we get to see a side of Death City that we never got to see before. You get to see all these nice people, all these shops, and it just shows how vibrant the town actually truly is. And because usually we see fairly little of the town, and it was heavily focused around the cast in Soul Eater, which it's very typical among these animes. You want to just care about the main characters, but Soul Eater not doesn't take that approach. It takes a more slice of life, slice. I don't know. It's kind of, I would say it's kind of ecchi. If you see it. So I do think that if you like animes like Haganai and you like animes like Yuyushiki, Yuta Yuri, animes like that. Maybe even if you like, I think this might be more like Kore wa zombie desu ka? Which is this a zombie? I mean, yeah, is this a zombie? That anime seems to be fairly alike of the approach that Soul Eater not is trying to take, where it's going to probably have some action in it, but it's going to be more on the side of how the characters live together in their house and how they interact with the people around them. One thing that I've been desperately waiting for is I want to see Death. I want to see Death, and I want to hear his voice, because I think Death was one of the most unique characters that I've ever seen in an anime. Not unique in the sense that, there hasn't been wacky characters in the past, but in the sense that Death had a very funny voice and good sense of humor. So he really brought, I think, Soul Eater up a notch with the way he just acted. It was just very hilarious because, Death is actually very powerful. So him acting the way he did was just kind of like ironic. It's like, he's the most powerful guy in Death City, but he acts all goofy and wacky, so I thought that was funny. Although they might not actually introduce him the same way that they did in the original Soul Eater, so that might kind of make me a little bit sad. However, I do like the approach Soul Eater not is taking. The approach is that basically it's within the same universe of Soul Eater. It follows a lot of the similar things. It's basically like a different side of Soul Eater, like I said before. So a lot of the things will be the same, familiar. Some people will see will be the same characters we've seen in the past. I just want them to focus more on characters they have in hand right now. But overall, what I have to say about the anime so far is that I'm fairly interested, and I might actually continue watching. Episode 1 kind of got me a little bit sad because, you know, they make Maka seem like the main character almost at some point, but later on you realize that was just kind of a telling people, hey, the old characters are still going to be here. So, you know, it's a different side we won't see of that we didn't get to see of the anime of the original Soul Eater. So overall, I'm thinking that this anime is actually going to be fairly interesting. And with that, these are just my first impressions on the anime. So yeah. Also, later on, expect me to do my midway impressions, I guess you can say, and then of course when the anime ends, what I thought of the anime overall. And I might be doing some of the other animes that are upcoming right now. So why am I doing this? I spend a lot of time watching crud load of animes. In fact, I watch probably, I don't know, if I could think about how many episodes I'd seen last week of animes, well, just this week, to just say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday so far, I've seen already probably over 100 episodes of animes already. And you might say, how's that possible? It's because I watched them all night. Like, I just binge animes like that. So I'm desperately always looking for a new anime. I mean, I just binged like Tokyo Ravens in like 2 days. So next time I probably will be talking more about Nisekoi on my next first impressions. Well, it's not really first impressions, but it's gonna be like an overall impression of the anime, because the anime is pretty interesting. It's obviously one of the most popular ones out right now. So with that, I leave you guys, and with that I say, and with that I say, Jana. In case you didn't know, Jana is like see you later. Well, see you later, actually. Mata ne. But you get what I was going with, right? Right? Yeah, you get it. Well, now why don't you just hit that like right there. ほほほほ。ありがとうございました。私は8-bitオタク。じゃあな。